Hey, welcome back, y'all, to a new episode of RadflixTV. Thank you so much for checking out today's episode. We made it out of Berlin safely, as you can see, and we're here standing on the edge of the inner Harz Ring. It's a really awesome 40-kilometer track that goes around the inside of the Harz National Forest. So just one small section of this large park, but it's the perfect road made for the Ducati Hypermotard, which we'll be riding today. And we got here the Harz Riviera behind us. We got a lot of epic footage to cover today. Right now we're filming with our new DJI Action 6 camera with the ND32 filter connected attached. Plus we have here the DJI Mic 3 inside of the helmet. Plus we have our Insta360 X2 camera here on the handlebar. We should get some rad footage today on my Ducati Hypermotard here in the Harz National Forest, Harz Inner Ring. So without any further delay, let's get on with the show and enjoy today's ride here on RadflixTV. 14 days till service, y'all. That's one of the things about living with a Ducati. You're unfortunately beholden to the service center. I don't mind the service center every year, but it's definitely one of those things. As a Ducati rider, modern Ducati rider, you get used to living with. This nice Berg Mountain Museum guest house. We're going to make one loop around the ring. Really my favorite road ever to ride in the Hypermotard. Motorcycle was built for this kind of road. And to practice your technique, my left foot there, outside in. Come back out on the outside. Drop it down a gear. This turn is always a little bit tricky for me, but better get back from the outside to the end because it's so big. Trying to figure out where the apex is, right? Where the apex is basically where you're turning on and then towards the inside. And sometimes when those turns are so huge, it can be kind of sometimes hard to predict or understand where the apex is unless you've ridden it a few times. As long as you're staying within your lane, that's fine. Again, we're not here to set any sort of lap records. We're just here to practice our technique. Since we can't do this back at home in Berlin, and I've never been on a racetrack myself. No known fact. Just riding the street. Nice left-hander here. Could have done that better, but it's fine. In my lane, down a gear, look through the exit, not in front of you, and come out cleaner. I'm talking to you all, so I'm a little bit distracted, but I'm trying to stay focused, of course, because that's one of the things you can be mindful of in the Harz is keep your eyes on the road, not on your speedometer or the navigation. So everything you're prepared for anything ahead. Things can come out at any moment. Changing gears when you're straight up is good, not when you're leaned over, okay? Technique. Outside in, back on the outside. And this Öhlins steering damper is such a nice piece of kit. It doesn't come standard on the Hypermotard, but I would definitely recommend it to anyone that has a Hypermotard. If you don't have one already, look into this Öhlins suspension damper, the Lenkungsdämpfer auf Deutsch. And it helps maintain that front end, keeping it nice and planted and stable during any sort of tank slapping. Yeah, this is just like riding around cliffs in Virginia, where I grew up as a young man. Rolling around Clifton, Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, all along Virginia, DC metropolitan region. This road specifically is more like Harper's Ferry, rolling through the mountains there. What a nice day today, rolling around here in the inner Harz Ring on RadflixTV. So far the weather's been good. It's a bit overcast as you can see, but it hasn't rained too much. Been a few drops today as I've been riding, but nothing I can't manage here on RadflixTV, y'all. Making our way towards Wildemann, past Wildemann, where they're going to get more turns and more twisties. Make sure our Insta 360 is good there. Glück auf and guten Fahrt, yo. So, we just passed now Wildemann, heading now towards the next little town. There's a nice little creek there to our right. It's like from town to town, turns. Curves and twisties all along here, this mountain path. Now we're going uphill here on the inner Harz Ring. Hit that back brake, scrub that speed a little bit, maintain our throttle position. Alright, trying our best to maintain our technique from the outside in. Come back out the outside. Alright, here's a hard 90-degree turn. You can see a little bit through it already, but okay, it's going to be a nice corkscrew here. Jam on that back brake, drop your gear down. Scrub that speed, back brake, chill braking. Alright, we've got my finger on the clutch and on the front brake, just in case I need to come to a stop quickly. My right foot hovering over that back brake, ready to scrub that speed if I need to. My left foot up on the ball of the seat on the peg, ready to change gears if that needs to. Rearview mirror check, nothing coming up behind me. That's an old American in me. I'm looking out for the cops rolling up behind you. Here in Germany, we don't need to worry about that, thankfully. So at 60 km/h left-hand turn, the road is a little bit damp. Be a little bit mindful. Coming around here. Alright, you don't need to go too fast on such a damp road. Watch your technique. Maintain your body position. Smooth throttle control. Alright, that's the thing about Harz, right? Is smooth throttle control wins at the end of the day. Alright, there's no nut records to be set here. This place is really to test your skills, hone your skills in your riding technique. And Harz will definitely provide that for you if you respect it and respect the nature around it. A nice left-hand turn here. Scrub that speed. Looking through the exit. Outside in. Beautiful. And then exiting on the outside. Nice sweeping right-hand turn. Trying to maintain our position here on the outside. But the roads are here are really nice. They're well maintained, you can tell, and in good condition. Some nice serpentine roads here. Try and keep it on the outside here. My right foot on the ball of its feet on the foot peg. Switching now left foot on the ball of the foot peg. Scrub that rear brake. Keep my eyes on the exit where I'm going. Make sure I'm not crossing over that white line. Maintaining my position. Opening her up, right? It was right smoothness winds here. And make it back home at the end of the day, smoothness winds. Don't need to go too fast, especially if it's your first time here. Ride around the streets, find yourself a good path, a good route that you enjoy going on. Ride it a few times so you understand the turns better, the places that you can overtake, places that are safer to overtake. Clausthal-Zellerfeld, Clausthal-Zellerfeld, and it's a little sleepy mountain town. So, continuing along here for the inner Harz Ring. And it's really where the Hypermotard, it seems, in its element. It's like in its happy place. And these Diablo Corsa 4s are really grippy. The bike feels planted. It's actually never felt out of control, the Hypermotard, right? That digital diaper, our electric safety diaper, keeps everything in check. Right, you can still while out and get yourself in trouble, but as long as you're mindful, and that's the whole thing about the Harz, you know, it's a place to check your technique, not set a lap time, which is awesome, which is really fun. The Hypermotard is a technical bike. It's not a motorcycle made to go top speed. It's not a Hayabusa. It's a bike known for handling. That's why roads like this is what you need to really be able to test that handling. So going along here, our inner Harz Ring here, very good. A lot of turns and curves coming up ahead. One of the best roads, if not the best road ever for the Hypermotard and its handling capabilities. It handles really nicely. The Brembo brakes are really strong. I'm able to scrub my speed really good, and that back brake is never breaking out from me. So let's continue on here in the inner Harz Ring, not going up the mountain again, up and down the mountain. Past that guy from Sweden. Alright, so now heading towards Goslar. We have some good curves coming up here. Yep, the Insta 360 is going. We have lots of curves, lots of turns coming up here, but let's see when or if we have an opportunity to get past this white vehicle. Okay, technique, maintain that distance if you can. Drop that down to the gear. We're good. Coming back out, outside, in. Alright, 70 mile an hour turn. Hit that back brake real quick. Tap that back brake. Scrub that speed. Haven't changed gears. Now we come out of the turn. Change gears. Open her up. Back brake. Scrub that speed. Put my right foot on the peg. My right foot lifted up. Inner Harz Ring. Now heading towards Goslar. Here in the Hypermotard's natural environment where it thrives and shines. It was made for this kind of road, so I'm looking here all the way through the end of the turn, looking at the exit, so coming out on the inside, back on the outside. Okay. Boom. Beautiful turn there. And coming up the mountain, those Desmos are just singing our song here on RadflixTV. If you're enjoying today's video, if you're liking our content here on RadflixTV, please hit the subscribe button. That'd be awesome. I really appreciate the support. Let's get this channel up to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, by 2027. Rolling around the inner Harz ring. RadflixTV, y'all. Eyes on the exit. Practice our technique. Outside in. Open her up. Coming back up the mountain. Tight turn coming up. Drop our speed down. Okay, back brake. Tap that front brake a little bit. More the back brake. Drop down to gear. Right, when you have the proper technique, you can wave to other bikers while you leaned over, but don't do that if you don't feel 100% certain. Yeah, the best road ever made for the Hypermotard. Very much like Harper's Ferry. All the twists and turns. So now heading here to the left towards Lautenthal Wildemann in that direction. The road anyway there ahead is closed. So now we're heading here to the left. Boom. Okay. Our Insta360 is recording. Very good. Past those cars. We give them some good wide breath before you pass back inside. You know, I don't want to get too close to cars when I'm passing them. So there, that road there was, I just was riding on that line. You could feel the back tire switching from the pavement, from the different kind of pavement. So just maintain my throttle position here, scrub that back brake, get that back brake a jam. I'm trying to exit here through the outside till I get to the apex. Come on the inside as we enter in here, Honnenklee area, Goslar Honnenklee, here in the inner Harz ring in the Harz National Forest in Germany. Pulling around on my Ducati Hypermotard, 2022 Ducati Hypermotard. We got the nice Terminioni slip-on exhaust. Got our Olin steering damper. Bunch of nice little carbon bits. Maybe I'll show you guys one day here on RadflixTV. But for right now, we're just rolling around, getting in some epic shots here of the inner Harz ring, aka the best road ever made for the Hypermotard. Alright, I'll just put out the entire ride going around this ring one time for y'all here on RadflixTV. I think that'll make for a really good video. Hit that back brake, scrub that speed, turn around this left-hand turn here. You don't need to go into the pond there, into the lake. Outside in, open her up. Outside in. Alright, maintaining our technique, our throttle control. Here we gotta be mindful because there's people parked here, walking across the street. So now we're past that section there. Now we're gonna head over here. This nice long sweeping left-hander coming from the outside. Eyes on the exit, coming on the inside. That's how it's supposed to be. Practice your technique. Back brake, scrub that speed. Drop it. Might let go of that back brake, drop it. Got my foot on the right peg. My left foot almost raised up off the peg. I have to dance between your body position and your feet, I find, riding bikes fast, not just in your arms. If you're not using your legs or your feet, then you're not riding correctly in terms of riding quickly, right? You shouldn't be fighting the motorcycle with your hands, with your arms. Your legs are a big part of the handling technique. Alright, we got a nice tight left-hander here, starting on the outside. I got my eyes looking at that blue car ahead of that blue car there. And I'm exiting on the inside, right? You really work on your technique here in the Harz National Forest. Really good training ground. I can recommend anyone to come out here and spend a week rolling around in the Harz National Forest. Awesome, y'all. I really appreciate you guys checking out today's video here on RadflixTV. Harz National Forest, 7-day radcation. The MT-09 video's out. The Escape from Berlin, 300-kilometer road trip with the Hypermotard is also out. Our new DJI Action 6 camera. Hope you guys are really enjoying this footage here. But here, for example, a nice serpentine turn. I'm just going to take it nice and easy because I can see that the road is not dry. And this Hypermotard, knock on wood, has never touched the ground on the side. Only its tires to touch the ground where it's supposed to touch. And I plan on keeping that way, hopefully, here on RadflixTV. But you never know. Shit happens. Look at this road here. So nobody's behind me. Okay, scrub that speed until I'm turning. Let go of that brake. Right? Again, I'm not here to set a lap record. I'm here just to be able to practice my technique, to work on my skills, and I've been doing that all week here on RadflixTV, y'all, here in the Harz National Forest. Been doing a lot of filming. I think I'll be able to create maybe like 2 or 3 videos out of this one trip. I also want to try to do a nighttime shot here with the DJI Action 6, see how then the nighttime footage is, the nighttime capabilities. So if you want to see that, drop a comment below. That could come out in a later video. But awesome, y'all. That is the Inner Harz Ring. We've made it now around the Inner Harz Ring. So you guys can see now the best road ever made for the Hypermotard here on RadflixTV, y'all. So thank you for checking out today's video here on RadflixTV. Running along here in the Inner Harz Ring. And after this, after the Harz National Forest, I got some pretty cool mods planned for the Hypermotard. I can bring in the Hypermotard the day after this trip, actually, to Bernard's Ducati shop near Berlin, about an hour outside of Berlin. I'm going to plan on getting some work done on the Hypermotard. So that was one reason why I came out here with the Hypermotard before I did the service, just to use the bike as is one last time before I do any sort of major work to it. So I'm looking forward to that. Stay tuned to that content here on RadflixTV. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Rolling around here in the Harz Inner Ring here in the Harz National Forest. Shout out to all my Schnitzel fans. Just taking a moment here to turn off the Insta360. Just riding around here at the Harz Inner Ring at the Harz National Forest. The Ducati is a little bit cleaned up. It was quite filthy after the ride there from Berlin, but the Hypermotard, Radflix Hypermotard, is a work of art. This beautiful trellis frame, those nice carbon fiber cam belt covers covering up those sweet Desmos, our single-sided swing arm action, our beautiful Terminoni slip-ons. This is one of my favorite features, my Öhlins suspension damper. That thing is top. Also really nice carbon fiber gas tank cover, carbon fiber heat shield here, carbon fiber front mudguard, rear hugger, even a carbon fiber license plate holder, carbon fiber coolant hose cover, and of course our beautiful gold Olin suspension, front and back, right? So, and the front suspenders is also Olin suspension, and then also in the rear, a nice monoshock Olin suspension in the rear. Our beautiful Ducati Hypermotard carbon fiber chain belt cover as well too. I think you can see, eventually spoiler, some of the work that we'll be doing here at Bernard's. Look at that chain. That chain is embarrassing, but that chain will hopefully, you guys will not see that in some future videos very soon. Ducati Hypermotard 2022, arguably more sexier than the V2, at least in my opinion.